Hello and welcome to the Hetero Guy blog or Hetero Guy channel. Well, this is actually a tribute to Jason's Macintosh Museum channel, which I really miss. Jason stopped making videos about maybe 2-3 years ago, and that's really a shame because not only myself but a lot of other people actually enjoyed those videos, and they were really nice and well made, and Jason was, well, very charismatic. So hopefully he will go back, and he will come back, sorry, and hopefully he didn't stop because of any serious issues, financials or health issues or whatever it is. It was just lack of time, hopefully. So come back, Jason, please. We all miss you. Other than that, I was influenced by a lot of other people, like 8-Bit Guy and some others, so I just had to start my own channel. I know the quality of the videos are not that great. I don't have a lot of equipment, and I just want to show you guys what I have. Some fixing on older computers, which is something that I really like, I really enjoy doing, and well, I just want to share that experience with all of you guys. So today we are going to be talking about a Macintosh Duo 230 notebook, which I have just here in front of me, and also how that goes along with this marvelous Duo dock setup. So I will start by demonstrating a little bit on this small but incredible little notebook from Apple. Going to talk a little bit about it, and then we're going to move on to the jewel of the crown here, which is really the Duo dock. Okay, so the notebook itself, this is like a notebook from, I think, around like 1993, 1994. Not really sure. I should have done some research before starting this video. So let's actually take a look here in the back of the notebook to see if, yes, 1992. So this is a fairly old notebook, but as you can see, it was really amazing what Apple was able to do in terms of size for a notebook in that era. It was fairly powerful as well if you compare it with other notebooks that were exited at the same period of time. Excuse me. So let's see how this goes. So again, like, the size of the notebook is fairly small. The notebook is actually beautifully made, as you can see, like very well, this nice disposition of the keyboard and some palm rest here, and we didn't yet at this time had the trackpad, so there is like a trackball instead, which works also very nice with this set. So the screen was passive matrix monochrome screen, which is not great, but let's face it, at the time this was really amazing, and color monitors or color screens were coming out. I remember having some even Apple notebooks and other vendors' notebooks with passive matrix color screens, which were also terrible. Like, passive matrix was a really bad thing, but then active matrix started being a thing, and you start seeing some enhancements, really real improvements in terms of the screen at the time. So let's power this up. It is fully functional. Like, I restored this guy from ground up. It was in a very poor shape. I was able to basically replace all the capacitors and cleaned some leakage that was inside, battery leakage and capacitor leakage. And also the screen capacitors were all bad. So I had to open up the screen, replace all the capacitors to basically get the screen in a more stable sort of and presentable sort of way. So it is, again, like, fully functional now. The machine is booting up. Let me just adjust here the brightness and the contrast to get it a little bit better. Let me actually check to see if it is actually shown on the video itself. Yeah, you can see something there, right? Like, I'm not going to zoom it in or anything like that, just because, like, you know, the main point here is to show you how this looked like overall. So as you can see, it is a very nicely built notebook. So I'm going to bring it closer to the camera so you can actually see it. Hopefully the glare is not going to ruin this in terms of the screen. So it's finishing booting up right now. So let me just show you what you have on the back here. So on the back you have the docking interface. Basically you have the power connector. Then you have this neat pair of feet that you can basically use to elevate the angle of your notebook a little bit. And hidden behind it you had like a modem port, and on selected models you would have like also like something here as well, which in this particular one we don't have, right? Okay, so it has finished booting, as you can see. So we are in the desktop now, right? So again, hopefully you were able to see that properly. So let me just place the notebook back here. I'm actually going to shut it down now. Again, I just wanted to show you that it is working, it is fully functional and everything else. So let's power it down. So it should be fairly fast. Okay, so it gave me like some sort of an error here. I don't really care. So let's just power it up. Power it down. Okay, so maybe I will need to restart. Yeah, I don't know what this error is all about. Like, it's always when you are demonstrating, right? So let me actually power it down. Yeah, let's wait for it to boot up, because if I force the power down now, maybe it will corrupt the very old hard drive that is inside, and I really don't want to risk doing something like that. The hard drive inside is like an 80 megabyte hard drive. It's original from this particular notebook here. It is in good shape, but just like any old sort of machine, and especially hard drives, because of the moving parts and because this was a notebook, which means people were actually carrying this all over the places. So there has been some banging and such, which means the hard drives normally are the most fragile part of any older notebook. And this one in particular has a SCSI 2.5 inches hard drive, which is really hard to find. And even if you are able to find it, the price is going to be prohibitive. So basically what I'm saying is, whenever you find a working notebook like this that has those very rare SCSI hard drives in fully functional order, do your best to avoid shaking this up, or just like I was trying to do it before, like force a power down. This will eventually corrupt the hard drive, and it's never a good thing. So let's shut it down. Yet again, the error, which I have no idea why is this happening, because it wasn't happening before on the docking. Okay, so let's try something new here. So let me try to close the lid. Yeah, this is going to be very not recommended. So removing the power cable. So let's try the docking, and let's see if the error continues on the dock as well, which will be weird because again it was fully functional before this. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit to my side now, because I want to show the let me actually do something like this. Let me pause the video and I will move the jazz and the CD-ROM onto the other side, so you can actually see it, so I don't have to keep moving the camera around, right? So let me actually keep this out, and just give me 2 minutes here. Okay, so as you can see, it does look better now, right? So at least now you can see the monitor here, you can see the peripherals here, and well, it's a better look, I think. So this is again the notebook. I haven't done anything with it, I swear. Like it is the same one. It was that was giving us that error before. So let's slot it in here and see what happens. So the way the dock works is you mainly like place the notebook here in this platform and you slide it in, right? And there is a motor inside that is going to pull the notebook. Very similar to what an old VHS-R player would do with a VHS tape. So we slide it in. It should power it up automatically. So it's powering up now. So I forgot to turn on the SCSI devices. So let me just do this here. Hopefully it was fast enough. I don't think it actually really matter, to be honest, as I think some older Macintosh platforms, they will comply if you actually turn the SCSI devices afterwards. To be honest, like I think the only requirement is that the one that is terminating the chain must be powered up on selected platforms, which I don't think this is the case for this one. Anyways, we are going to see it, and let me just check the image to see what you guys are looking at. Yeah, so looks okay, I think. So of course you get to see the flickering on the screen. It doesn't really appear on the to the naked eye. This is really like an out of sync frequency that my recorder is actually using, and the one that the video monitor is basically presenting. So it doesn't really bother in human interaction with the monitor, as you might know. Right, so it's powering it up, it's finishing now. So let me put the keyboard and the mouse here in the proper position. So there you go, like it has boot up. So what I'm going to do now is just let's check this. This is a Jazz drive, iOmega Jazz drive. This one has 2 GB capacity, which was a fairly large capacity for the time. As you can see, it doesn't mount automatically because the driver for it is not installed on the system, which means when the system boots up, it has no knowledge on this particular device. But depending on the utilities you have, so I have here, for example, like several SCSI utilities, like the ATT primer, that can be used to detect SCSI devices on the chain, and if it is a hard drive, you can actually use that to mount the hard drive onto your desktop. So as you can see, it has detected 3 SCSI elements. So the ID 0 is the internal hard drive on the notebook, on the Duo. So it has 80 megabytes capacity. The third one, number 3 here, is the Sony SCSI CD-ROM, which is down here. And number 4 is the Jazz drive with the cartridge inserted. As you can see here, it actually reads the cartridge capacity already, so 2 gigabytes. So I'm going to mount this guy. So number 4, I'm selecting it. I'm going to click on mount, and it mounts that onto my desktop, as you can see, right? So if I click on it, I see that there is a system folder that I have added on a previous interaction. I'm just going to delete this guy. So I move this onto the trash, and I empty the trash, so that now my Jazz cartridge has its full capacity back. So if I eject this cartridge by moving it to the trash can, it should not eject the cartridge from the actual hardware there, just because again it hasn't been recognized from the booting up process, which means it should not do it. As you can see, it has been mounted, right? But I still have to manually eject it. There we go. And for the CD-ROM, I have here a copy of the Microsoft Encarta for Mac. I'm just going to use that to demonstrate that the CD-ROM works out of the box as well. So just open the tray, put the CD on, and just if you keep looking here, you're going to see that the Encarta CD just shows up after loading up properly, of course. There we go. And if I open this up, I get the installer and everything else on it. So it's very neat, very nice, good times. So this is one of the elements that I have on the Macintosh is in my collection. From this point on, I should be, showing you guys more and more devices. Right now I'm just going to go around the desk here to show you how everything is connected and the options that you have on the dock itself. And then I'm going to finish up this video here. Okay, let's actually see if it powered down without any errors. As you can see in the dock, it doesn't give me any errors, which is kind of weird, but whatever. So let me just show you here. So I'm going to take the camera and I'm just going to move around. So I'm going to carry the light with me so you can actually see. So this here is a 2 gigabyte JAS drive, which is in amazing condition. I do have some extra cartridges as well. This is the external CD-ROM, right? So it's a regular internal Apple CD600, but mounted on an external case. Very nice one, like translucent case. Then down here, sorry about the noise, it's just that the tripod with the light, moving it around. As I told you, I'm not very experienced with this. So down here we have the devices connected in a chain, SCSI chain sort of way. So this cable here is the one that is actually leading to the back of the dock. And the upper cable here, the white one, is the one that is actually connecting the JAS drive, right? So let me just power those guys down as well, just to save up the noise a little bit. Okay, so on the back here, so let me again move the light. So this is the back of the setup, and what you have here in the dock is multiple ports. So you have, for example, audio in port, and you have audio out port here, and you have a modem port, and down here you have this is Ethernet card that is inside. It has also an RJ45 port. This is the SCSI connector and the power connector, and also an option that goes on to the monitor here. And that's pretty much it. In the other side, just to show you here, you have here the floppy drive, and which is also part of the dock, which makes it great. And that's pretty much it, guys. So that's what I wanted to show you. Again, you would expect more videos from me from the other machines that I have. So I do have a lot of Macintoshes, but this one here, which is a Macintosh Classic, and but I do have some MSXs as well that I might, I make videos on it, and other interesting, vintage pieces of hardware that I might be discussing along with you guys further on. So keep tuned, and thank you.